Stoics believe in the importance of living in harmony with nature and maintain that happiness arises from self-discipline and indifference towards external things that are beyond our control.
They don't respect you. Do they make you feel like a man of little worth? Does she look at you as if you were a loser and you don't know what to do? Some things fall under our control while others do not, such as beliefs, preferences, desires, and aversions. Therefore, the purpose of this video is to extract 7 teachings from the outstanding Manual of Life by Epictetus. This will allow us to develop a mental state that reduces or eliminates the suffering caused by the judgments of others. First principle, criticism and rejection. According to Epictetus, it is essential to remember that when someone criticizes or rejects something, their own judgment actually considers those actions to be harmful. Therefore, if someone hurts you, you must be aware that in the first instance, it is your own opinion that causes you discomfort. Avoiding letting appearances influence you is key, as with time and calm, it will be easier for you to stay in control. Understanding that criticism and rejection are not inherently harmful is fundamental.
Figuras destacadas en el estoicismo incluyen a Epicteto, Seneca y Marco Aurelio, cuyas obras siguen siendo relevantes en la búsqueda de una vida equilibrada y virtuosa.
The emotional pain that accompanies criticism comes from how we interpret it. Second principle, maintain strong intentions. To prevent the opinions of others from affecting us, we must understand that from the beginning, we must be prepared to be ridiculed and endure mockery. Strength in what contributes to our well-being is essential. Standing firm in our convictions over time gains admiration, while yielding to the opinions of others exposes us to ridicule. Third principle, resisting the influence of others' opinions.
Stoicism is a philosophy that advocates for self-discipline, emotional serenity, and the acceptance of what cannot be controlled. It emphasizes virtue, rationality, and indifference to external things. Stoics seek to live in harmony with nature, maintaining tranquility in the face of adversity, and cultivating an ethical framework based on reason and self-control.
We should not fear rejection or being ignored, as acceptance is not always beneficial. We should not allow others to dictate our happiness. In reality, we are only responsible for what we control and what results from our choices. This principle takes on great importance in the current era. How many times have we acted against our true desires to impress others, especially on social media platforms? Seeking approval on these platforms can be a dangerous trap. We must question whether it is worth giving up our authenticity in pursuit of praise. We should not entrust our emotional health to others. Fourth principle, exercising strong self-control. To prevent an insult from becoming an offense, as pointed out by Epictetus, we must give our mind the same respect we give to our body. It is unlikely that we would allow a stranger into our home daily, given the threat that poses. However, when we receive an insult and interpret it as an offense, we allow that person to enter our mind and stay there for days, something we would never allow in our physical home. To reach a state where we can ignore the negative feelings triggered by an offense, we need to cultivate discipline and self-control. Fifth principle, acting in accordance with our sound judgment. We should not be ashamed to act according to our values. Even if others misinterpret our actions, we should not fear the misguided judgment of others. This principle also applies to the use of social media.
Prominent figures in Stoicism include Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, whose works remain relevant in the pursuit of a balanced and virtuous life.
Where we often let our happiness depend on the popularity and validation of third parties, leading us to act in search of their approval instead of following our own path. Sixth principle, don't let someone's hurtful words affect you. If someone hurts you or expresses unpleasant comments about you, keep in mind that they are acting according to their own perspective, and you shouldn't expect everyone to conform to your standards, but to theirs. Therefore, if they criticize you based on a misconception, they are actually harming themselves with their error. Following these principles, practice patience when dealing with those who judge you, and in each of these situations, remind yourself. Seventh principle, no one has the power to hurt you. Through this seventh principle, we analyze the intention of the individual issuing an insult. What this tells us is that we should not assume that everyone will act according to our own perspective or beliefs. Adopting this way of thinking can be counterproductive. Instead, we should ask ourselves the following question. Is it realistic to believe that everyone shares our same vision? Considering this differently would be illogical. Therefore, if someone insults you thinking they know the truth about you, reflect deeply on the following.
Stoicism is characterized by its emphasis on self-discipline and self-control, making it a practical philosophy for facing life's challenges and adversities. Stoics believe in the importance of reason and virtue as fundamental pillars for achieving tranquility and happiness. Indifference towards material wealth and social recognition is another central aspect of this philosophy, as it focuses on the development of moral virtue rather than the pursuit of fleeting pleasures. Stoicism has influenced thinkers, leaders, and philosophers throughout history and has been adopted in fields such as modern psychology, decision-making, and stress management. It provides a solid guide for cultivating mental fortitude, ethics, and wisdom in everyday life, helping individuals confront challenges with resilience and achieve greater harmony with their surroundings and themselves.
You are the one who truly knows your thoughts, reasons, and motivations. The only person who has complete knowledge about you is yourself. So, if a stranger insults you in any way and you wonder if you acted incorrectly, if the answer is negative, consider. Do you have the ability to read that person's mind and understand the reasons behind the insult? It's evident that you cannot. So, if you have acted appropriately and face ignorance about the motivation behind the insult, you should feel satisfied, as you are the person who knows yourself best in the world. In the event of having acted correctly, you shouldn't bear the burden of remorse. As Epictetus mentioned regarding the person insulting you, that's what it seemed to them. In conclusion, I would like to end with the following teaching from Epictetus.
Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of humility and modesty. Stoics believe that wisdom lies in recognizing one's own limitations and the need for constant improvement. Through self-reflection and emotional self-regulation, followers of Stoicism seek inner tranquility even in challenging situations. This philosophy provides practical tools for facing suffering, uncertainty, and obstacles, making it especially relevant in modern life. It offers guidance for ethical decision-making, stress management, and the cultivation of meaningful relationships. Ancient Stoic texts, such as Marcus Aurelius' Meditations and Seneca's Letters, continue to be sources of inspiration and wisdom for those seeking a more fulfilling and conscious life. In summary, Stoicism is a philosophy that promotes self-reflection, virtue, self-control, and emotional tranquility as means to live a fulfilling and ethical life. Its influence endures in today's society and remains a valuable source of guidance for those seeking self-transformation and wisdom.
How long do you think you will continue delaying your own growth towards ultimate improvement and the adoption of reasoned teachings? You have already been introduced to the philosophical principles with which you should be familiar. What other teacher are you waiting for to begin your improvement process? You are no longer a teenager but an adult. If you continue to be careless, lazy, and constantly procrastinating, adding excuses after excuses and delaying the day you dedicate to yourself, life will pass while you remain in ignorance until the day of your death. I hope you have enjoyed the video and learned something valuable. I am eager to hear your opinions in the comments. If you are new here, I invite you to subscribe and join us on this journey towards wisdom and inner peace.